Breaking news just into the WJCL 22 newsroom. A former University of Georgia standout booked and released from jail. Why police charged him in connection to a deadly crash.
Maggie and Paul deserve a voice.
Jury deliberations expected to start today in the trial of Alec Murdaugh. What we've heard so far during closing arguments.
Cutting the price on insulin products for millions of Americans. How much less you'll have to pay.
We want to thank you so much for starting your day with us here on WJCL 22. Good morning. I'm Emma Hamilton.
And I'm Frank Solkowski. And look who's with us this morning. Meteorologist Victoria Kokinos. She's over in the Weather Center with a look at today's forecast. Hey, Vic.
Hello. Yeah, we definitely have another warm one out there today. If you're liking the warmer weather, it's sticking around. If you're not liking the pollen, unfortunately, we really don't have much rain relief in the forecast as we go through Friday. It's still warm this afternoon, around 84 degrees. A weak cold front will move through tomorrow. That will bring us a small chance for some isolated showers to scattered showers through the evening. Now, winds will definitely pick up as we head towards Friday. Wind gusts up to about 40. Then as that cold front clears the area, dry and cooler by this weekend. So taking it hour by hour now for the area, partly sunny for your Thursday, 72 degrees as we head towards 9 a.m. Rising towards the 80s as we head towards 84 degrees. It's so well above average for this time of the year, and around 75 as we travel towards the evening. Frank, Emma.
All right, thanks so much, Victoria. Now to that breaking news. Former University of Georgia star football player Jalen Carter is out of jail. Last night, he turned himself into Athens Clarke County Jail. He faces charges in connection with a crash that killed his former teammate and a university staff member. The crash killed staff member Chandler LaCroix and Bulldog player Devin Willock back in January there in Athens, only hours after the national championship parade. And police believe the driver, LaCroix, was racing Jalen Carter before the crash. ABC's Steve Oshizami reports how Carter plans to fight the charges.
Police in Georgia are sharing 911 calls and surveillance videos from a deadly crash that are now threatening to end a promising professional football career before it's even gotten started.
We got one patient in the car, unresponsive, one on the ground.
Former University of Georgia defensive lineman Jalen Carter was expected by many to be this year's top pick at the NFL draft.
Carter's going to be, if he's not the first pick in next year's draft, he'll be a top 5 pick.
But authorities say he is one of the drivers seen here waiting in a black SUV at a traffic light shortly before they say the two SUVs went on a drunken high-speed race through city streets, killing 24-year-old Chandler LaCroix, a recruiting analyst, and offensive lineman Devin Willock, who was seated behind her on January 15th.
The owner of this iPhone was in a severe car crash and is not responding to their phone.
It was the night of the big parade. UGA had just won its second national football championship in a row, and it was a party.
The Georgia Bulldogs on an incredible accomplishment.
Today is the first time most people may have had any idea Carter had anything to do with the crash. Police have charged him with street racing and reckless driving, both misdemeanors. He was in Indianapolis at the NFL Combine lobbying for a job where he canceled his press appearances. Instead, he put out a statement saying he will return to Georgia to answer the arrest warrants, saying there is no question in my mind that when the facts are known, I will be fully exonerated of any criminal wrongdoing. Police say that according to toxicology reports, the young woman who was driving the other SUV was driving drunk, and they say she was driving more than 100 miles an hour. Authorities say that Carter left the scene and returned to talk with investigators, but told investigators that he wasn't driving fast and wasn't racing, which police say is not true. Steve Oshizami, ABC News, Atlanta.
There is only one person who had the motive, who had the means, who had the opportunity to commit these crimes.
We're getting closer to a verdict in the trial of Alec Murdaugh, with closing arguments underway right now. We want to get out to our Nikaya Carrero. She is live this morning outside of the Colleton County Courthouse. And Nikaya, what are you seeing so far out there this morning?
Well, Emma, we're here outside the courthouse in Colleton County, but I want to show you something. We've been seeing this line throughout the trial, but this morning it seems like people are getting out here earlier as we get closer to a verdict. This line has continued to grow longer and longer as the morning goes by, and when court resumes this morning, jurors will hear defense closing arguments followed by a rebuttal from the state. Yesterday, the prosecution gave their passionate final plea to those jurors after they returned from a trip to the Murdaugh family estate, where authorities say Alec Murdaugh shot and killed his wife and son. With the security escort, the jury in the Alec Murdaugh trial making a rare visit to the crime scene where prosecutors say the disgraced lawyer shot his wife and son to death. Jurors spent an hour on the family's sprawling 1,700-acre property, walking around the crime scene near the dog kennels, the bullet holes still visible. Just hours later, the jury was back in the courtroom hearing prosecutors make their final case against Alec Murdaugh.
There is only one person who had the motive, who had the means, who had the opportunity to commit these crimes.
The state arguing Alec Murdaugh was about to be exposed for his financial crimes and was facing pressure from his family about his opioid addiction, so he killed them to buy time and gain sympathy.
Pressures on this man were unbearable, and they were all reaching a crescendo the day his wife and son were murdered by him.
Prosecutors describing in chilling detail how Murdaugh first shot his son, then his wife at close range.
Maggie sees what happens and she comes running over there, running to her baby.
The state then pointing to Murdaugh's string of lies, denying he was at the crime scene until that kennel video emerged, proving he was there minutes before the murders.
Why in the world would an innocent, reasonable father and husband lie about that?
As they wrapped their case, the prosecution asking the jury to remember the victims.
Maggie and Paul deserve a voice.
Pleading for them to convict Alec Murdaugh.
Fooled Maggie and Paul too, and they paid for it with their lives. Don't let him fool you too.
Now court is set to resume this morning at 9:30, and of course we will be here to bring you round-the-clock coverage. Back to you in studio.
All right, our Nakaya Carrero live for us up in Colleton County. Nakaya, thank you so much. WJCL 22, we will be airing the defense's closing arguments live when court resumes later this morning. As you just heard Nakaya say, that is at 9:30. You can also watch it on our website. That's WJCL.com, and get alerts sent directly to your phone by downloading that WJCL 22 News app.
All new this morning, a fire on board a Spirit Airlines flight forced the plane to make an emergency landing in Jacksonville. You're looking at video taken by a passenger as crews worked to put out the fire mid-flight. It happened yesterday afternoon after the plane left from Dallas headed towards Orlando. Well, officials believe a battery in a passenger's bag in the overhead bin caused that fire.
There was a retired fireman that jumped up, and flight crew came in, and they tried putting water on it, and then another guy went and got a bucket because I think the fireman reached in and grabbed it, and they got it put out, but it took about 20 minutes.
Passengers say the airline didn't have a plane available for people impacted by the emergency landing.
And we're learning more about the man who authorities say tried to smuggle a bomb onto a plane. Take a look at this photo here showing Mark Muffley carrying 2 suitcases through a Pennsylvania airport allegedly containing the device. TSA officers discovered it after an alarm went off during a security screening. Authorities say Muffley left the airport, but that they later found and arrested him at his home.
Well, millions of Americans will be paying less for insulin after a major pharmaceutical company says it's cutting the price of its products. Eli Lilly says it's putting a cap on the out-of-pocket cost at $35 and is reducing the price of its non-branded insulin to $25 a vial. Right now, it's at $82.
This is a culmination of about 7 years of work we've been doing to reduce the price of our insulins. Launching a generic to our own best-selling brand. We think that should be the new standard in America.
More than 8 million Americans use insulin and nearly 3 million rely on products from Eli Lilly. Well, Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock, who's pushed for legislation to cap the cost of insulin, is praising this decision. He tweeted last night saying he applauds the company's announcement and says it's time for Congress to get it done.